There are so many people in this world that struggle with money. Have you ever noticed that? It's probably one of the biggest struggles that people experience or that people, I guess, complain of on a daily basis in even in the first world. I mean, where we have so much and we have prosperity and even the poorest of the poor have more than, the some wealthy people in third world countries. But most people struggle in some way with money. And I know there's there's a we're going to talk today about a certain, I guess, concept, struggle, pain point that someone could experience, that could be the catalyst, that could be the reason, that could be the the cause of the money struggle. And that is selfishness. Now, I want to set the stage that I was raised in a lower middle class, blue collar, union work ethic home. Okay. We didn't have excess of anything. So I think when my father died, I think he left my mother a couple $1,000s. I mean, we just didn't have extra. We just didn't have margin. There wasn't wealth. There was just enough to get by, right? We went on a couple vacations when I was kids. When I was a kid, we used to go on a little Ocean City, Maryland vacation every year. And it wasn't a very expensive. We stayed in the same place every year, and it wasn't the greatest accommodations, but no complaints. It was awesome when you're a kid and you're going down Ocean City and you get to spend a week, at that point, what was paradise. It's meaningful and it's significant and it's powerful. And there are so many great memories. So I'm not complaining about any of that. In fact, it was awesome. It was great growing up in that environment. But the point being is, when I look back at growing up, so many times when I wanted, I was shamed. Now, I want you to think of this for you. This isn't about me per se. This is about the lesson in this thing, okay? But you want too much. You don't deserve it. You never stop wanting. It's never enough. Like, money doesn't grow on trees. That's selfish. Think about somebody else for once. These are painful ass concepts. These are painful ass beliefs that we bake into our children. Okay? Like, guilting. So human beings, in our DNA, in our genetic form, in our genetic makeup, in our primitive genetic makeup, we have desires, not just for material objects, but we have desires to eat certain foods. We have desires to, for reproduction, and even not reproduction, just desire for, sexual desire. But we want more money. We want more toys when we're kids. We want more friends. We want more. We are creatures of desire. We want stuff. We want more. We want things. That's how all of society has evolved, is because people want and because of desire. Desire is an evolutionary force that starts from within you. I hope that hits home. I hope you really take stock of that and really understand that. Desire is an evolutionary force that starts from within you. And it's never going to stop. You're never going to transcend desire. Now, when you grow up, so when you think about, I guess, neuroscience, between the ages of 0 and 7, you are a subconscious sponge. Anything anybody tells you, you will absorb into your subconscious and into your biology, into your chemical makeup. You will absorb it as truth. Anything. Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, making money's hard. Got to work hard for your money. The man's out to get you. Any of this, marriage is hard. Anything that anybody tells you that God is angry, God is jealous, God is vengeful. I don't believe any of that shit anymore. But when you're a child, anything that someone tells you is true, you will believe as truth. Because between the ages of 0 and 7, you don't have the ability to discern truth from falsehood. And you don't have the ability to critically think if something's true or not, and to filter and say, this is true, this is not, this is, I'll accept this one, I won't accept this one. You will believe anything that anybody tells you. And if you hear it enough when you're a child that you are selfish, you are greedy, you want too much, it's never enough for you. If you hear these things, it creates subconscious beliefs, and it creates internal pain and internal angst, and it creates in someone who hears that enough, a child who hears that enough, it creates in them a sense of guilt and shame just for wanting. And wanting is normal. Normal and a form of survival in this human form that is never going to go away. And why this is important is because when there's a story running in your mind and body that it's not okay to want, it's going to create a really, really painful life, like an extraordinarily painful life. And you are going to suffer. And you might suffer while you're watching people all around you thrive materially, wondering why they can make money, but you can't. Why they can accumulate wealth and you can't. Why they can live materially wealthy and you struggle, while they can have nice things and you can't. And really what's happening is in your subconscious mind, in your buried deep in your unconscious, is this story rattling around that it's not okay to want. And as soon as you do want, you try to figure out a way to shut that shit off. And it's impossible because human beings are designed to desire and are designed to want. It's part of our makeup. It's what's kept our species alive for tens of thousands of years, because we want more of everything. There's a difference between wanting and making your needs a want, or wants a need, let me say. Let me back that up. There's a difference between wanting and making your wants a need. There's a vast difference between these two things. Wants are absolutely normal. But so many people, they turn their wants to needs, and now they're living in survival mode, when all really what they're trying to do is just move from having $1 million of net worth to 10 million. And they feel like if I get to 10 million, I'll be safe, when they're really safe at $1 million. But they've turned their need or their want into a need. It's the second time I botched that one. But they've turned their want into a need, and now they're desperate to get there, and they'll hurt themselves and they'll hurt other people in the process. And they might do egregious things to get there because they feel like their survival is in jeopardy. That is a completely different situation here. But in a nutshell, wanting in its raw form is very, very healthy. Every child that you see on walking around this planet is a product of a want, of a desire, a sexual desire. Every child you see, there's 8 billion people on the planet, and every child you see is the product of a sexual desire. Sexual desire is healthy when harnessed in an appropriate and productive way. And so is the desire for wealth. But so many people are walking around this planet feeling like if they want, it is selfish. If they want, it is greedy. That if they want to accumulate and amass wealth and a fortune, that it's robbing from someone else because it's selfish and it's greedy. And this just isn't true. Each of us deserves margin in our life. And margin is one of my favorite words. And what margin means is an excess of time in your life and a control over your own time, time freedom, an excess of money in your life so that money is not an issue, and financial freedom so you can choose experiences to go where you want to go and do what you want to do. We deserve material margin. We deserve materials that are high quality and that are lavish, that bring us some joy and bring us some comfort and bring us some luxury. We deserve this because we're human beings. And every single human being on this planet is significant and valuable and worthy and deserving of anything that they want. But it's almost like when you grow up in a state of poverty, it's almost like that want meter is muted. It's turned down. It's turned off. You're selfish. You're greedy. You always want something. You're never satisfied. It's always one more, because you hear these things over and over. Now, lately, I've been really connecting with a thought that I had. I was out on my back patio. I spend a lot of time on my back patio on my couch under my gazebo. And I was thinking about the concept of selfishness. Now, if you really pay attention, I have a lot of wealthy friends, a lot of super wealthy friends that are also healthy, and they're also loving, and they're also generous and supportive, and they're encouraging, and they're inspirational, and they help other people amass wealth. Like, these people, like, they're not the wealthy kind of people that my parents thought existed in the world. They are not greedy. They are not selfish, but yet they continue to accumulate wealth, and they continue to accumulate money, and they continue to accumulate nice stuff, and they continue to buy nicer houses, and they continue to become materially more wealthy. And at the same time, they're humble, they're loving, they're appreciative, they're supportive, they're respectful. They don't leave carts in the freaking grocery store parking lot. Like, these people are upstanding, awesome, productive, constructive, supportive members of the community. But yet they keep accumulating wealth, and they don't hurt anybody in the process. And I was sitting outside of my back patio, and I was thinking, what separates that person and makes that person different than the greedy, selfish person that my parents warned me about, the wealthy, greedy person that my parents warned me about, that was only out for themselves, that only was looking out for their own best interest, that was representative in their minds of every freaking wealthy and successful person on the face of the planet. What separates those two? These people that I have in my life that are amazing, wonderful, beautiful, significant human beings that do a lot of good in this world. What separates them from this painful person, this painful archetype that I taught was existed, or I was taught existed, who was looking out for their own good and would hurt everybody else in the process? And I came up with a term. And that term is called healthy selfishness. The people that I see and I'm surrounded with in my life have, tens of millions of dollars of net worth, hundreds of millions of dollars of net worth. They drive really nice cars, and they own really nice things, and they own vacation rentals and they own hundreds of rental. They're not slumlords, but they're landlords. Their houses that they house people in are amazing, and they're kept well, and they're safe, and they're comfortable, and they make sure that their tenants are taken care of, and they never succeed at someone else's expense. And they continue to grow in their financial well-being, and they continue to thrive and prosper in life. They're hurting no one in the process, yet they continue to reach for that next level, that next zero, that next comma, and they never do it at anybody's expense. And what they're doing, guys, is they're practicing healthy selfishness. So let's unpack this for a second. Healthy selfishness is when every scenario you enter into is a win-win. Healthy selfishness is when every agreement, when every relationship, when every transaction, business transaction is a win-win-win, or however many parties are involved, no one loses and everybody gets what they want. See, these business owners, and I'll put myself in this category, these business owners make a lot of money, and these business owners have time freedom and financial freedom. And these business owners are always looking for a way to leave people better than they found them. And these business owners are looking to provide a service. They're looking to provide a good. They're looking to provide a product. They're looking to provide a solution that people are looking for in their life. These people have a problem, and a business owner like me or my friends, we have a solution to that problem, and we offer the solution to their problem in return for a specified value, financial value, so that we can grow our wealth and our margin and our fortune, so that our net worth and our net wealth increases because of the service and the solution that we provide to people in society and to society as a whole. I hope this is making sense. We provide a valuable service, and we leave the world better than we found it, and we create impact, and we make a difference in the world. And in return, the bigger problems we solve, the more wealth we accumulate. And we do all of this without feeling selfish, because we know that we're providing something of value to someone that they want. And they have wants too, just like me. And their wants are not more important than my wants. And my wants are not more important than their wants. Our wants are equally valuable to each of us, and we exchange value. Maybe I'm providing a solution, and they're providing reciprocity in terms of financial compensation for the attainment of that solution. And from this place, we all get what we want, because we all have wants. We all have needs. So we're helping each other take care of our wants and needs. And we're doing it without causing any pain or any suffering. Or we're not guilting and shaming the other person for wanting what they want. We're just meeting the person where they are, and we're offering that reciprocity that they're asking for. And we're ascertaining is the what they're asking for in proportion to what I'm offering. And we get to make a value decision. Is this a yes for both of us, or is it a no for one or both of us? And it's that simple. And here's the cool thing is I've seen on social media, and I've seen people like talk about, like, people, especially people that are struggling financially, say, you have enough. Enough is enough. And no one gets to make that decision for another human being when they have enough financial margin. It's in the eye of the beholder. And at some point, money becomes a game. It becomes a game to people that can create wealth, to people that can make a difference in the world, and in turn for that impact, ask for a level of financial compensation that matches or maybe even exceeds the value. We can ask for it and get agreement on that. This is just a game. And here's the rub. You're making money right now. Your listener, you are making money right now in direct alignment with your money mindset. The level of your money mindset and your relationship with money inside of your mind and body is directly related to the amount of compensation that you're receiving and the amount of your bank account. And when you change that mindset, when you change your relationship with money, you will change the amount of money that you create and that you enjoy in your life. And just because my friends can have a healthy relationship with money and can constantly increase the amount of wealth that they enjoy, does not mean that they are doing it at the expense of another human being and taking anything away, because the Fed just keeps printing money, and the amount of wealth is not finite in this world. We can all create wealth at the same time. Wealth is not a zero-sum game where if you win, I have to lose, or if I win, you have to lose. That's not how wealth works. We're just exchanging value. But your money mindset, your relationship with money determines how easily money flows into your life. And healthy selfishness is allowing yourself to have whatever the hell you want while helping other people get what they want, and holding no guilt or no shame about wanting what you want and about helping someone else get what they want and helping other people win with the talents and the skills that you possess and the value that you provide in the world. Guys, here's the most important part of this, all right? As we're talking about healthy selfishness, there's a story, there's a fable or a concept or whatever you want to call it that says, if you take all the money in this entire world, 8 billion people, and you equally split it among all 8 billion people, in a matter of 5 to 10 years, all the money would be back to the same exact people that you took it away from. Because money mindset and your relationship with money is what draws money towards you and what draws money into your life. And it's an unhealthy relationship with money and a poor money mindset, which pushes money away from you. And to take it all the way back to the beginning of this podcast, the beginning of this episode, when you are convinced that wanting is selfish, when you are convinced that wanting is greedy, when you are convinced that having too much is a problem, when you are convinced that if you want, someone else has to lose, then you have a really unhealthy relationship with money, and that's going to make you broke. and that's going to make you struggle. And that is the reason that you don't have the money and the wealth that you want, or that would make you more financially comfortable. It's not that somebody else has that you don't have. It's that you don't have a great relationship with money. That is why you struggle. Fix that. But practice healthy selfishness. Give yourself permission to want. Give yourself permission to create financial margin in your life. Give yourself permission to create financial abundance in your life. Give yourself permission to create generational wealth in your life, and never do that at the expense of another human being, but provide value, solutions, skills, talents that other people can leverage to get what they want to. And if you do that, all of us can be wealthy all at the same time.